Hi everyone, it's Sue here. I'm going to share with you the way that I made this ATC card back in February. I made it at the Cozy Crop House at their mixed media weekend, and it was taught to me by a teacher by the name of Teresa. So that is my inspiration, and Maura had actually asked me to share the way that I do it. So I'm finally getting to it. Sorry it's taken me so long, Maura. So as I go along, I will share with you what I use. To start with, I have a playing card that I covered with gesso, and I have dried it just for the sake of time. I have also cut this out from a napkin, this napkin right here, which I also received from Teresa during the mixed media weekend, and she had actually given us these to purchase while we were there, so I went ahead and grabbed those as well. So I'm going to use this. So the first thing that you do once your gesso is dry is you go ahead and you get your paints. So these are the paints that I have decided to use. Sorry. So I'm going to go ahead and start. So all you do is you have to kind of have, you know, I don't know, an idea of what you want to do. So, for example, I'm probably going to have it similar to like that, right? So I'm going to go ahead and start with the paint on this end. And let's see, I think I'll pull in this wild honey on this side, and to get the ink flowing, that's my bird, sorry about that. To get the ink flowing, you just press down on it. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull in some of this mountain rose. So again, I'm pressing down just to get the paint flowing. And then I'm going to go ahead and dry it, because you can put as many layers on this as you would like. So, you know, it's about, you know, building color, about building, you know, different designs. And when I say designs, I mean, like, you can use stamps, punchinella, which I'll show you. I will be using punchinella on this. So, you know, that kind of thing. It's just all about building. You can do as much or as little with it as you would like. So I think I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more color here. So I think, let's see, on this end, I'll go ahead and pull in, just kind of get that like that, and pull it in a little bit more here. So I'm just adding a little bit of the lighter color, just to mute that down just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and pull some of this yellow in over here, like this. And let's see, I think I'll put just a tad of this on the end, and this was barn door. So I like that, so I'm going to go ahead and dry it again, because we know that if you add color on top of color when it's wet, it could turn into mud, you know, like a muddy brown color, and that we definitely don't want. So I am happy with the way these colors look, and again, you can add as much or as little as you want as far as colors go. So again, I'm thinking about, you know, doing something like this. Okay, so now that that is done, I'm going to go ahead and put some ink on this. So I'm going to use Stays On Black and Stays On Brown. And the reason I'm using these is because, you know, once it's dry, it's on there. Whoops. Once it dries, I mean, it's not going anywhere, right? It doesn't react with water. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and take this stamp which is from this stamp set, which I got from Tuesday Morning a while back. And I pulled this stamp right here, and I want it for the letters for the words over here. And I'm also going to be using, this is a little bird and a little flower stamp, and I got that out of here. So here's the little bird, and there's the little flower. And I don't know where I got it at Michael's, but I don't know who made it. I've had it for a while. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp up. I think I'm going to use the brown. So I'm not putting it on an acrylic pad, block, I should say. I'm just going to use it as is. I got a little bit of something on there. That's not good. Okay, so all I'm going to do is with my fingers just go like this, and we want it to be faint on here, not real dark, so we're just going to go off once and then go on here. And you just keep doing that until you are happy with the way that it looks. So again, we just want it to be very faint. So I think I like that the way it is. And I'm going to go ahead and pull in my little bird here. I think I'm just going to stay with the brown for now. And, you know, stamp it off and go ahead and pull those in here. Now I have two stamps in one just to kind of like save time, and you can definitely just pull in one of them at any point in time. You can, go off of the page and that sort of thing. And I'm just going to go ahead and do one in the middle here just because. Okay, so at this point in time, this is what I have. And I think I'm going to go ahead and, well, let's see. Now I'm going to leave the brown. I'm going to cover up the black. I don't like to leave the black, well, any inks open for a period of time, so I'm going to get rid of the black. So I'm now going to also use some Punchinella. So this Punchinella is wonderful, and it was purchased from this company right here, and I'll put the link below. And it's nice. They have this assortment kit, so it's not like you have to purchase all the different shapes and everything individually. It comes with all of these different, I want to say samples. They're not samples. I mean, they're long pieces. I guess they're like a foot long, I would say. So it's nice. So you're able to get a nice assortment. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. A nice assortment of Punchinella without having to buy too much of it. So I'm going to take my dauber, and I still have the brown. I'm going to just go in and very lightly, I'm going to build on top of what I have here. And I think that is good. So now I'm going to go ahead and cover up my brown StazOn. I want to make sure you keep that plastic in there. It keeps it from drying out. So now I'm just going to give it a little shot of the heat gun just to make sure it's dry. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, oh, that's my parrot that you hear in the background, sorry about that. So I'm going to go ahead and place this down here now. Now you can, like on this one here, you can go ahead, and this butterfly was the napkin, so you can fussy cut the design, and this one I just decided to leave square, and I just love the colors in it. Getting ready for spring, right? And just get some bright colors even though it's rainy out today. So now I have my Mod Podge I got from Michael's that I'm going to use, and you put down a little bit of Mod Podge, right? Because it's also an adhesive. And then you go ahead and you place your napkin down, and then you're going to put some Mod Podge over it. So you're just going to very gently you know, try not to get too many wrinkles in the napkin, because you can, if you go like really fast or put too much on, you get a little bit too much wrinkles. You're going to get some wrinkles, and that's fine. I just like to minimize it just a little bit. Okay, so there is the Mod Podge, and I'm going to go ahead and dry that. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to show you another technique that Teresa taught us. And it will be using the Faber-Castell Pitt pen in cold gray and the Scarlet Lime pen. And they are from the Christy Tomlinson shop. And I can put her link below as well. So I just want to get this dry. And again, you can build on top of it as much as you want. If you wanted to add more inks, you know, more stamps, more paint, whatever it is you want to do, it's yours, you know, so you can do whatever you want. Okay, so it's almost dry. And in the end, we'll be going over it again with the Mod Podge just to seal everything in one final time. But there's another tip I want to show you, which I think is really important. Okay, so I'm going to go back to this again just for a second here. So on here, can you see around the edges? It's faint, but you see all the black? It's like outlined in black, and it just gives it like a pop, right? So to do that, the first thing that you do is you go ahead and you use this Scarlet Lime pen. This again is Christy Tomlinson, and I also purchased this from her website. So this is about the shading. Now normally it would be, you know, more of a fussy cut type design, but for the sake of time on this video, whoops, I did a square. So with this pen, this particular pen actually draws on top of Mod Podge. So what you do is you take the Scarlet Lime pen and very quickly rub it with your finger while it's wet, because once it dries, it is dry. It's like StazOn, right? It just kind of dries and that's it. So again, you can add as much or as little as you would like, but you can see it's popping the this design up. And then I'm going to go ahead and actually add some of the cold gray Pitt pen. And again, this is all about shading. Take your finger, don't be afraid to get dirty. This is actually a lot of fun. I really enjoy this. So again, it's about shading, and you're pulling dimension into the design. So that is it. And again, if you're going to have something more intricate like this, you'll just go around the edge of it. We colored or added the antenna on. You know, you can get as detailed as you want, but hopefully you can see how it makes it pop a little bit. So the final piece to this, well, I'm going to go ahead and put Mod Podge on the whole thing again, and that's it. The card is done. On the back of it, I'm going to go ahead and put this stamp on here, and I'll end up putting my name and the date on the back of it, and then you Mod Podge over it. So the whole thing will be Mod Podged at the very end. And you can also take a dauber with any color, so I could go with the yellow or brown or whatever, and just go ahead and, you know, go around all of the edges just to make it look finished. So that is it. That is how you make one of these ATC cards, and I hope that was helpful, Maura. And I will put Teresa's information below, and you can go check out her blog. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks. Bye.